Today we're going to talk about imagery in literature. Imagery is when the author uses vivid details to appeal to the reader's five senses: sight, touch, taste, sound, and smell. This allows the reader to experience the story on a much deeper level by being able to see what is described or feel like you can touch it, you can taste it, you can smell it. So you really feel like you are there with the story, you are a part of the story. Reading is an imagining of what it is like to be somebody else, and imagery helps the reader get there. Stories are all about communication. Reading is simply a conversation between the author and the reader. Imagery is one way of enhancing that conversation by connecting the world of the character to the world of the reader. Here's an example from the Pearl. While I'm reading through this example, try to get that visual image in your mind. What can you see? What can you smell? What can you maybe even taste or touch? Kino awakened in the near dark. The stars still shone and the day had drawn dawn, only a pale wash of light in lower sky to the east. The roosters had been crowing for some time, and the early pigs were already beginning their ceaseless turning of twigs and bits of wood to see whether anything to eat had been overlooked. Outside the brush house in the tuna clump, a convoy of little birds chittered and flurried with their wings. To me, I can really picture this in my head. I can see the pigs as they're about to start their morning, the turning of the twigs and little bits of wood, looking to see if there's anything for them to eat. Here's another example from Speak. My English teacher has no face. She has uncombed, stringy hair that droops on her shoulders. The hair is black from her part to her ears, then neon orange to the frizzy ends. I can't decide if she pissed off her hairdresser or is morphing into a monarch butterfly. I call her Hair Woman. This is a great example of getting that picture in your mind. Can you see Hair Woman, the English teacher, with her hair in front of her face and the dark roots to the orange frizzy ends? And finally, an example from Looking for Alaska. Alaska finished her cigarette and flicked it into the river. "Why do you smoke so damn fast?" I asked. She looked at me and smiled widely, and such a wide smile in her narrow face might have looked goofy were it not for the unimpeachably elegant green in her eyes. She smiled with all the delight of a kid on Christmas morning and said, "Y'all smoke to enjoy it? I smoke to die." This is great imagery too. You can see her flicking the cigarette into the river. You can see that smile on her face. So this is a way of connecting us as the reader to what is actually happening in the story.